Hello, my dear all students. Welcome back to our channel Gyan Manji Online Education. I hope you all are fine and safe at your home. So, my dear all students, today onwards, we'll talk about our another figures of speech, remaining figures of speech, part 2. So, here we have the remaining figures of speech: personification, alliteration, anaphora, and assonance. So, we will see definition by definition with examples. So, let's start with personification. So, what do you mean by personification? So, everyone knows what a person is. But do you know what personification is? Means this personification term is related to the person. We know the person, but what is the personification? So let's see. It is when you assign the qualities of a person to something that is not human or that is not even alive, such as nature or household items. Work through these personification examples to see how well you understand the concept. So, what is personification? So, it is when you assign the qualities of a person to something that is not human or that is not even alive. So, जब हम कोई एक पर्सन की कोई भी क्वालिटीज़ हम जब कंपेयर करते हैं या फिर उसकी पर्सन की क्वालिटीज़ हम यूज़ करते हैं, किसके लिए यूज़ करते हैं कि जो ह्यूमन बीइंग नहीं है और कभी कभी जो जिंदा भी नहीं होता है, मतलब कि जो है ही नहीं अलाइव, उसके लिए जब हम यूज़ करते हैं ऑन दैट टाइम दैट इज़ कॉल्ड पर्सोनिफिकेशन, such as nature or household items. So these are not human beings as well as alive things. Work through this personification examples to see how well you understand the concept. So let's see. So personification is often found in literature and poetry to help human readers relate to non-human subjects. So that is used oftenly found in literature and poetry to help human reader related to non-human subjects. So I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high o'er valleys and hills. So that is the example, very beautiful, very correct example for personification. I wandered lonely as a क्लाउड. सो यहाँ पर आई वंडर लॉनली एज अ क्लाउड, तो कैसे क्लाउड की तरह कोई घूमता नहीं है, बट हियर वी हैव यूज्ड लाइक अ क्लाउड. सो दैट इज वाई जो सूट नहीं होता है वहाँ पर, तो दैट इज कॉल्ड अवर पर्सोनिफिकेशन. देन alliteration. So, alliteration is a term to describe a literary device in which a series of words begin with the same consonant sound. So, it is very easy to identify alliteration when we see the same consonant sound in with a series. On that time, that is our alliteration. Alliteration is meant to be more than a tongue twister through. It is used to emphasize something important that a writer or speaker would like to express. So, what is alliteration? It means to be more than a tongue twister through. It is used to emphasize something important. कुछ ऐसा इम्पॉर्टेंट है, उसे emphasize करना है, उसे highlight करना है. So that's why poet or writer has used this figure of speech alliteration. Just series of words begin with same consonant sound. Same consonant sound. She sells seashells. Water wondered where Winnie was. So in the very first sentence, we see the consonant sound, the series of same consonant sound. Just लिसन मी वेरी केयरफुली, सीरीज होनी चाहिए सेम कॉन्सोनेंट साउंड की, तो ही वो हमारा एलिट्रेशन बनता है. सो शी सेल्स, शी सेल्स. सो यहाँ पर sound is there, that is our consonant sound with series. So we can say that this is our alliteration. And the next one is Walter wondered where Winnie was. So here w sound is there. Blue baby bonnets bobbed through the bayou. So here also we can say the series of boo sound. Then Nick needed new notebooks. Here also no sound is there. Then Fred friend frogs legs on Friday. So maybe it happens that between this 1 to 2 words come which are not following this, but it is okay. But more than 2 or 3 if we see, so that is our alliteration. Now anaphora. So let's see what's anaphora. So that is a rhetorical device used to emphasize a phrase while adding rhythm to a passage. This technique consists of repeating a specific word or phrase at the beginning of a line or passage. So what is anaphora? So this technique consists of repeating a specific word. एक specific word यहाँ पर repeat होता है. कहाँ पर होता है? एक word या फिर एक phrase at the beginning of the line or the passage. जब हम लोग इस तरह की words देखते हैं, so that is our anaphora. So एक ही word या फिर एक ही phrase beginning of the line या फिर beginning of the passage use किया जाता है. The repetition of a word can intensify the overall meaning of the piece. Writers and public speakers use anaphora as a form of persuasion, as a method to emphasize a specific idea or as an artistic element. So, writer and public speaker, they like and they use this figure of speech anaphora. So let's see some examples. Ice came, I saw, I conquered by Julius Caesar. So यहाँ पर we can see that I is repeated for 3 times, right? At the comma is there, you can see I came, I saw, I conquered. So here I is repeated. So that is our anaphora. Made word, made kings, made composition by King John II in William Shakespeare. So here mad, the word mad is repeated. Proper one word is repeated at the beginning. So that is our anaphora. It was the best of time. It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. So here the words, not just one word, but one phrase is repeated. It was that word, those words are repeated. It was the. So it is also anaphora. So what is assonance? So let's see. So assonance is the repetition of vowel sound in nearby words, and it is used to reinforce the meaning of words or to set the mood. So let's see some examples. A for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels named Lenore. Then E, therefore all seasons shall be switched to thee. So here the assonance is there. So we can say assonance is the repetition of vowel sound in nearby words, and it is used to reinforce the meaning of words or to set the mood. So we have the examples also. So the nearby words, vowel sounds in nearby words. So जो एक word में vowel sound होते हैं वो होते हैं. So that is our assonance. So what did we discuss today? This four figure of speech we have discussed today: personification, alliteration, anaphora, and assonance. So my dear all students, in your homework you have to write down the definition with example of this four figure of speech in your notebook and send it to me on time. Okay, so whatever we discussed today, that is your homework. Concept of the figures of speech discussed today with their examples. So here we are going to end up our today's lecture. So if you find any difficulty regarding this, you are free to ask me, but try to understand it well. Okay, thank you. Thank you, my dear all students. Have a nice day.